Nafana, Nawa, Namonso. Angels.
Mama Posebru Agwapta Maria.
Owetri Meseni Kenke Monso.
Ekene Maria Egyptel na Grace Osebru Anonyeli. Edengos Nexti Boronine. Ojas Ngos Mwa forgive Jesu.
Maria Jaso Nenke Chubu. Rebala Ninjayo. Kita Namanoa. Amen.
Nyaju Odibo Wani Kosebru wa.
Kore Mkisipu.
Ekene Maria Egyptel na Grace Osebru Anonyeli. Edengos Nexti Boronine. Ojas Ngos Mwa forgive Jesu.
Maria Jaso Nenke Chubu. Rebala Ninjayo. Kita Namanoa. Amen.
Okwe Melaro.
Owebinelani.
Ekene Maria Egyptel na Gracia Osebru Anonyeli Edengos Nexti Boronine Ojas Ngos Mwa forgive Jesu.
Maria Jaso Nenke Chubu. Rebala Ninjayo. Kita Namanoa. Amen.
Jabala anya yo onne nke Chukwu dị asọ. Ayiyo, anyị na-arịọ gị o Chukwu ka erinye Gracia n'ime obi anyị ka anyị bụ ndị nje butere ozi ọma wee mara iwere oke site nwayọ site n'afọ ya na obe ya wee bata n'otito na mbilite n'ọnwụ ya site na Kristi dị nwere anyị.
Amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Eto dị n'isi na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebebe. Amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Eto dị n'isi na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebebe. Amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Eto dị n'isi na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebebe. Amen.
Ka mkpụrụ obi ndị niile kwerenụ gara aga.
Site n'ekpere nke Chukwu ka ha zuru ike na ndokwa.
Ka mkpụrụ obi fa zuru ike na ndokwa.
Amen.
Onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụnụ.
Nọnyekwara mmụọ gị.
Ka Chineke ji ike niile gọzie ụnụ. Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Amen.
Ekpere a bịara gị site na nkwado ndị Love Bite Foods and Beverages Limited Nnobi. Ndị na-alụpụta Love Bite Bread nọ na nọmba 1 Nwotu Mmaduka Close, Umuru Nnobi, 081-4982-8254. Ebonadi FM, 24 hours of informative, educative, and entertainment programs. Can't stop, won't stop. On Ebonadi 103.5 FM. Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonadi FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM. Good evening and welcome to Ebonadi 103.5 FM News Update. Today, Friday, the first day of September 2023, and the time is 4 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Ifeanyi Chukwueze is my name. The headlines. Police rescue kidnapped victim, bust criminal gang in Anambra. Imo governorship poll, Soludo Abaride vow to sack Uzodimma. Oti to Abia civil servants, days of truancy, lateness to work over. Abuse of office, PDP shifting, rights groups ask EFCC, ICPC to probe Ebonyi Council chairman. INEC start recruitment of ad hoc staff for Imo, Bayelsa, Kogi elections. Rwanda, Cameroon announce major changes in their security forces. Now, details. Police rescue kidnapped victim, bust criminal gang in Anambra. Police operatives attached to the area command headquarters on Onitsha have rescued a kidnapped victim in the commercial city. Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO, Mr. Tochukwu Ikenga, said the operatives were on a township patrol when they received a distress call at about 9:30 p.m. of a kidnap incident around Burumi roundabout. According to him, the operatives
responded to the distress call and caught up with a shuttle bus in which the kidnapped victim was held. The operatives professionally engaged the kidnappers in a shootout without harming the hostage, and who was rescued unhurt. Two suspects were arrested at the scene, while others managed to escape with gunshot wounds. The police team recovered one Beretta pistol, 9 rounds of 9mm live ammunition, and a shuttle bus without number plates, which the criminals used for the kidnap operation, Ikenga said. Elsewhere in Ogidi, Idembili North local government area, the police operatives also busted a 4-man burglary gang that usually targets commercial shops across the state. The police PRO said that acting on a tip off, the police stormed the hideout of the gang and condoned it all to prevent escape of any of the gang member. He said that 4 suspects who are all from Ebonyi State were arrested. Recovered from them were 2 ladies' motorcycles, 2 big generators, 1 wheelbarrow, 1 deep freezer, 3 bags of rice, and 2 large iron cutters. Imo governorship poll, Soludo Abaribie vowed to sack Uzodinma. The governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, and the senator representing Abia South Senatorial District, Senator Enyinya Abaribie, on Thursday, vowed to sack Governor Hope Uzodinma of the All Progressive Congress in Imo State and replace him with the candidate of the All Progressive Grand Alliance in the November 11th governorship election. They stated this in Owerri while kicking off the Imo governorship campaign of the APGA candidate, Tony Ijaw, on Thursday. According to them, it was time to end insecurity and bad governance in Imo State. They also said that Imo remained an APGA state and it was time to return it to APGA. Soludo, represented by his deputy, Onyekachukwu Ibezim, was of the view that we are campaigning in Imo because we have been winning in Imo, so there is a need for us to come together and protect our votes. We must go back and take back our land. The senator representing Abia South at the Senate, Enyinya Abaribia, said, we chased away that of Abia. We will chase away Governor Hope Uzodinma. It is not only voting. The APGA and Imo people, after voting, follow your vote and count it and protect it. The Imo State governorship candidate of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, Tony Ejogo, said, among other things he intended to do, that my first charge in the rebuilding agenda is to make our communities livable again. From August 2020 to July 2023, our dear Imo State have experienced 209 violent attacks. No fewer than 289 people have lost their lives to those attacks, while about 100 people have been kidnapped and mostly unaccounted for subsequently. Sadly, even Ohaji Eboma, Ngopala, Mbise Oguta, and Ikereduru, all areas known as our food baskets for generations, can no longer produce enough for themselves because of insecurity. Therefore, which are set out to make food abundant again by making it safe for farmers to return to their farmlands, harnessing our agricultural potential fully, and making the right investment so that our people can have more than enough to eat, he said. OT to Abia civil servants, days of truancy, lateness to work over. The governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, has warned that his administration will no longer tolerate truancy, lateness to work, and other behaviors that are capable of sabotaging the effectiveness of the civil service in the state. Oti, who spoke at the International Conference Center in Omaya, the state capital, at the inauguration of new Abia Orientation Agency, further warned teachers who encourage examination malpractices will soon be dealt with. He said that the new Abia has no room for corruption, saying that receiving and offering bribes will be unacceptable in his government. He added that the new Abia State Orientation Agency represents the boldest attempt by the state government at hitting the reset button from the mediocrity that the incumbent administration met on assumption of office. The Director General Abia Orientation Agency, Pastor Dike Nwankwo, in his speech, promised that the agency would work towards achieving the goals and purposes for the establishment of the agency. Abuse of office, PDP shifting, Rice Group asks EFCC, ICPC to probe Ebonyi Council chairman. A chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Ebonyi State, Moses Idika, on Thursday described the state of local government administration in the state as hopeless. This was as a rights group in the state, Justice, Human Rights Protection and Defense Organization, called on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and other related offenses, ICPC, to look into the finances of the 13 local government chairmen in the state to ensure prudence and accountability of the allocations released to them by the federal government. Idika also described the reign of the chairman in the 13 local government areas in the state as illegal, adding that every money spent by the chairman must be accounted for in due time. Aside from the welfare of the chairman and the token on Tokumbo vehicles given to councillors in some local government areas, you can't really say there is a local government system in place in Ebonyi today. Director of the organization, Silas Akubiro, maintained that the inability of the anti-graft agency in the country to live up to their responsibility has made political office holders embezzle government funds, run political offices as a personal business without recourse to the responsibilities and duties that the office comes with. INEC starts recruitment of ad hoc staff for Imo, Bayelsa, Kogi elections. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has begun the recruitment of ad hoc staff ahead of the governorship elections in Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi states. INEC, in a statement on X, formerly Twitter, said the portal for Thursday, 31st August 2023, and will close on October 2nd. On who can apply, INEC has implored all applicants to visit the eligibility page where they will review the qualification and criteria necessary for any election staff position of their interest. All applicants are also encouraged to fill and submit the registration forms online to be eligible for consideration as ad hoc staff in the 11th November 2023 off-cycle governorship elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi State. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Rwanda, Cameroon announced major changes in their security forces. Rwanda and Cameroon announced major changes in their security forces Wednesday, affecting high-ranking military personnel. In Rwanda, President Paul Kagame retired hundreds of soldiers in a move that followed the promotions of a number of young soldiers in the country and appointments of new generals to head army divisions stationed in different parts of the country. A statement by the Rwandan Defense Force showed Kagame had approved the retirement of dozen generals, 83 senior officers, and 6 junior officers. Kagame also authorized the retirement of 86 senior non-commissioned officers, the statement said. At least 678 soldiers were retired after their contracts ended, while 160 others were discharged on medical grounds. Meanwhile, in Cameroon, President Paul Biya, one of the Africa's longest serving leaders, also made new appointments at the Defense Ministry Central Administrative Unit, according to a decree made public on social media. This is where we draw the curtain on news update on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Police rescue kidnapped victim, bust criminal gang in Anambra. Imo governorship post Soludo Abaribi about to sack Uzodimma. Oti to Abia civil servants, days of truancy, lateness to work over. Abuse of office, PDP chieftain, Rice Group, asks EFCC, ICPC to probe Ebonyi Council chairman. INEC start recruitment of ad hoc staff for Imo, Bayelsa, Kogi elections. Rwanda, Cameroon announced major changes in their security forces. You just listen to news update on Ebona, the 103.5 FM news, produced and read by Martin Efanshuku Ekeze. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus, 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona FM breaks the news with actualities.
Guys, like, subscribe, and share. Right? Thank you.
For a new Nigeria.
You can as well listen online via Mix